What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at RussoLifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Here's an ASMR sip. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are just stopping in here because this video is under the category of bullshit clout grab. Only way to grow on the algo. Russo 2022 to the moon. Hit that thumbs up or dislike, and I won't even see the dislikes because I removed that. But yeah, if you guys give me some engagement on the video, that'd be great. Share my shit around. Follow me on Instagram at RussoLifts. Today's rant is going to be about The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the highest paid actor in a couple years, and then WWE superstar. He's been in a bazillion movies, and his persona is built around this insane physique. Now, here's my concern. So The Rock, when I Google his age, is 49 years old. He's getting up there. So when we look at what he's built, I believe Derek and Dan Blazarian also touched on this in the podcast. I just wanted to weigh in like what I thought, because, you know, this is how BS clout grabs work. You know, his whole persona is built around being The Rock, right? You can only be The Rock for so long until you either croak or you become the Pebble. I don't know if The Rock's ego can ever become the Pebble, aka downsize, aka not walk around shredded at who knows like how heavy he is. He looks in the videos like anywhere from like 250 to 260 shredded. Maybe he's leaner, smaller, I don't know. All I'm saying is that's a ticking time bomb. And when you look at his career, the sheer amount of pressure, the empire he's built, the amount of people he puts money in their pockets based on that physique, all the pressure of all those families under him that rely on him, as well as his own personal ego to be the top actor, get all the roles. You know, the minute The Rock turns into the Pebble, it might all disappear, right? I'm sure it won't all disappear, but a lot of those roles would go away because he's no longer The Rock if he wanted to save his health and become the Pebble. You know, this is a sad story, and I'm really hoping it doesn't end tragically. You know, I'm hoping that eventually I see The Rock downsize, get smaller. Really haven't seen that. You know, I followed The Rock since WWE, and he's gone bigger, more shredded, more movie roles, more success, more money, more brand deals. You know, that is a lot of rewardment, a lot of stimulation to maintain being The Rock, pushing it to the limit, etc., etc. Now, I don't know like what he personally does as far as harm mitigation for his PEDs. I don't know what he personally does for the cycles he uses. I don't know what his blood work looks like. All I know is when we look at pro bodybuilding, which pro bodybuilders are normally super like OCD. They have a biohacking coach, like someone like me, just smarter, you know, biohacking, micromanaging all the variables, harm mitigating the risk, reading blood work, doing all the cascading side effects and mitigating them. I don't know if The Rock's doing all that. I assume since he's so rich, he is. But even when you look at a heavyweight bodybuilder, which is kind of like the physique The Rock has, right? He's carrying a shit ton of tissue to a point where it is very stressful on the body. You see that these heavyweight bodybuilders, despite living clean lifestyle, despite harm mitigation, despite all that, croak around 50 to 60 years old, unless they downsize. If they downsize, you know, they live a lot longer. Right? When we look at someone like, I'll have Andrew throw up Dave Palumbo. I think he's one of the greatest examples of someone who just like completely downsized, switched to longevity, and was over 300 pounds of muscle, right? He's a good example of how to harm mitigate that. Your time comes to a close. Dave's a smart guy. His intelligence is what he's about, and the physique was just a compliment. Now, The Rock, obviously smart guy, can act extremely well, but his persona for Hollywood, for all that pressure and propaganda that he's involved in, is based on that physique. That's how he gets the roles. That's how he created that empire. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that I'm worried about him, right? I don't want him to just drop. A lot of pressure. Doesn't matter if everything's perfect. Your body, the heart, is not meant to pump that much blood through all that muscle. When you look at the obesity shit, like all the data, over 220 pounds as a male, body really doesn't like that. And he's like 250 all muscle. So keep that in mind. It's just like, I think nowadays we just have to have these conversations on, you will eventually have to downsize. I made videos in the past. You know, I think a lot of amateur bodybuilders accept that. I think it's more like, for example, The Rock, where it's a lot of peer pressure, right? Extreme pressure. I can't even imagine like the amount of followers he has, the amount of eyeballs he has on him for that physique. It's really gonna take like a man, like he's really gonna have to like look at himself in the mirror and be like, you know, I want to prolong this a little bit more. I'm more than just The Rock. And even if I downsize a little bit and get clowned, it's all in good faith. And it'd be much better to harm mitigate with his massive audience by discussing why he's downsizing. We see the insecurity with him when he won't even discuss that he got gynecomastia surgery. And then you have me over here like fucking shooting titty milk, talking about my gyno surgery in 3 different videos because I'm relating. That's gonna help people, right? Obviously, he didn't even want to touch on it. I get why. He's a super A-list celebrity. Makes sense. Doesn't want all the publicity of that. I would really like to see him publicly state like, I'm downsizing. I'm still The Rock. I'm still an actor. Nothing about me's changed. My physique doesn't define me. You can only, you know, maintain a race car for so long till it either blows up, or you got to rebuild it and probably run it on less boost if you want it to run for a long period of time. And this is another one of those situations where the clock is ticking. And when you look at a dude who has that much pressure, that much income, that much fame derived around that look, it's concerning. But I would rather see him do the right thing, downsize, and help a lot of these guys with muscle dysmorphia that won't accept it. I accept it, right? This is a documentation for me on this channel of me going through it, and I'll discuss when I downsize. I'll even probably try and recover my HPTA as a joke. I definitely probably can't, but it'd be fun content to see if I could. But there will come a time where I will downsize to around 210 pounds, call it a day after my fitness career is over, right? But with The Rock, a lot more pressure to do that, and he will have to make a public statement. Moving forward, I'm really hoping and rooting for him to make that move. When we look at Jay Cutler, I think he's the perfect example of someone who just checked his ego out. I'm Jay Cutler. I got the charisma of a god. I'm gonna just roll with that, and I still look good downsized. He still looks great downsized. Does he look like the fucking GOAT unit he was when he won the Olympia? No. No. Do I have any less respect for him? No. Do I have any less respect for The Rock for all the shit he accomplished if he downsized and wanted to save his health? No. It's only going to be the shitty haters that get to him, but I don't know, and all the brand deals and stuff. But I would like to see him make a pivot, but that pivot needs to happen within these next 5 years, in my opinion. So be sure to follow The Rock on Instagram and on YouTube. I will see you guys in my next video.